Hey there, Angelina. It's good to have you back in my office. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, before we start our session for today, I'm going to just give you a reminder of whatever happens here in the office stays between us. I am not allowed to tell anyone. I can't tell your friends. I can't tell your mom, your teacher, unless you express desire to hurt yourself or hurt someone else. Okay?
Okay.
So, other than that, everything will stay between us. There may be a chance I can reach out to your teacher, but that's only if we can set up a partnership so that we can plan whatever is best for you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so last time that you were here in my office, I'm gonna go take a look at my notes. We set up a SMART goal for you. We said that you were going to tell your teacher every time someone teased you instead of you hitting them. Now, do you remember how many times you had to do that by this week?
No.
Okay, so we had said 10 times. From last Friday to this Friday, you had to tell your teacher at least 10 times every time a student teased you instead of you being physical with them. Now, your teacher said that we did not meet that goal. Is that correct? So, how many tally marks did you receive if not 10?
Maybe 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, she told me you received 6, which is more than the halfway point, which that is honestly really great progress if you ask me, but we did not meet our goal. Now, sometimes the timelines for meeting our goals can be very tricky. Maybe we just didn't give you enough time to meet that goal, right? But out of those 6 times that you did tell your teacher, how did you feel?
Not so good because kids were calling me tattletale.
Oh no, I'm sorry about that. But how did you react to that?
I said I was not.
You weren't? Okay.
No.
So, confrontation. So, it seems to me that this theme for you, it's still not being able to get along with your classmates, right? Now, the classmates in your class, if I remember correctly, they were all in the same class with you last year, right?
Right.
So, do you think it may just be one of those things where, you just don't get along with them anymore because you've spent so much time with them?
Well, last year we did not have Matthew, and he teases me the most.
Oh, okay. So, not only are we in the same class as last year, pretty much, but now we have a new student. Tell me more about Matthew. I haven't gotten the chance to meet Matthew. So tell me more about him.
Well, he's a boy.
Mm-hmm.
He
Take your time, think about what he's really like. Gather your thoughts, and you can tell me when you are ready.
I know he likes gym and math.
Mm-hmm.
He also kind of mean
Mm-hmm.
to some other kids too. Like he likes to push
Okay.
and he likes to tease. And I don't really like him that much.
Okay. So I'm watching you right now talking about him, and I see you're scratching your arm a lot. Is that like a nervous thing? Does it make you nervous to talk about Matthew?
Yeah, because I don't like him. I don't like the way he teases me all the time.
has he ever told you something of like, don't tell anyone about what I do or something like that? Because I can tell by your body language that you're very nervous talking about him. And I understand you don't like him, but I don't think that would cause any nervous reaction.
Well, he's kind of sneaky.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean by that?
He like do things, and then if you tell teacher, if I tell teacher or somebody tells teacher, he will denies it.
Okay. So he withholds the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then for the most of the part, then teacher believes him, and the other kids get blamed for. Which is really it's Matthew.
Oh, okay. All right. So how is that affecting your behavior in class? Because remember, we're focusing on your behavior. You know, running out of the classroom and hating kids. Is this a reason why? Because of Matthew?
Yeah, because if I go and tell teacher, then he calls me names. He calls me tattletale and whatever else. I don't remember for sure, but he does.
Okay. Well, one thing that we can do about that is, maybe Matthew can be put in a different class next year than you. This is something that we would have to talk to your teacher about because she is in charge of, separating you guys into a different classroom next year. But let's talk about, the behavior changes. So you didn't meet your goal, right?
Right.
You only got 6 tally marks out of the 10 that we were planned. What happened the 4 other times that we could have gotten that?
Like I told you, they call me tattletale if I tell teachers, so I just don't tell.
Got it. So you didn't like being called a tattletale.
No.
Okay, and I can see that upsets you, being called a tattletale. Even talking about it right now is making you upset, right?
Yes, because then everybody teases me and calls me tattletale, and they don't play with me.
Oh, okay. I am so sorry about that. That was not the intent of this goal. The intent of this goal was to stand up for ourselves, right? And not in the wrong way, because standing up to the bullies, I guess you can say, would be one way to hit back, right? But that's not the goal that we set here. Our goal was to stand up and use our words and tell someone we trust.
Yes, and that was going very well until Matthew came to our school.
So he just came to the school recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then he started calling me tattletale. Then the other kids started calling me tattletale too.
Gotcha. So it's like he's slowly influencing the students in the classroom. Okay. I would be very, very upset about that. Having one student turning the whole class around you on that a class that you thought were your friends. That is very, very upsetting if you ask me. So I would be very upset too. I know I've had similar situations like that, and it leads you to making the wrong decisions. So there's a chance those 4 times, you may have hit someone. Did you hit anyone those 4 times?
I tried to hit Matthew, but he ran away.
You tried to hit Matthew? Oh,
yes,
okay.
On the playground.
Okay, on the playground, but he ran away.
Because he was running around and calling me tail and teasing me, and I tried to hit him, but he ran away. He was faster than I am.
Oh, so he's a track star. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to make a joke about that. You know, we're just trying to lighten up the mood a little bit, right? Okay. So, what about the other times? Was that the only time that you tried to hit someone, or was there other incidents as well?
I don't remember about hitting, but I know I left classroom because I was so annoyed.
You left the classroom. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's still a behavior that's going on. So you're, from what it sounds like, you were physical on one incident, but not the rest. That's amazing progress. Okay. You may not have told the teacher about these incidents, but you also weren't physical about it, except for that one time, obviously. How did your teacher react to that?
Which one?
To Matthew, like you try. Oh, excuse me. You trying to hit Matthew.
She called my mom.
Okay. And what did mom say?
Uh, Mom took my Nintendo Switch away for 2 weeks.
Okay, that made you upset.
Yes.
Okay. And did your teacher have a conversation with you about your goal, keeping your goal in mind?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, can you tell me what she told you?
She told me that I'm just not as bad as I used to. And she said that keep trying.
Okay.
Even if it's hard sometimes, you just keep trying till I reach my goal.
That's amazing. I love that. I did have a conversation with her after the first time that we met, about the different ways to approach your behaviors, And, any normal person would be very upset, by the behavior of a student walking out of the classroom and, hitting other students, saying mean things about other students. But, sometimes reacting negatively about the behavior can make the behavior worse. And so that was one thing I talked to your teacher about it, how to address that behavior.
One day she was very mad because I ran out of the classroom and I went to the bathroom and I hid there for some time.
When did this happen?
I don't know. Couple weeks ago? I don't know, maybe Friday.
So this happened recently, and you locked yourself in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a new one. I had not heard about that one yet.
Yeah.
So what did you do when you were in there? Was that just like a calming spot for you?
Yeah, I was just sitting there and just doing nothing, just thinking.
Just thinking, okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't doing it because you wanted to, make someone mad. You were doing it as a way to calm down.
Yeah, I got sick and tired of Matthew bothering me, so I just left.
Okay.
And he cannot go into girls' bathroom.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Well, even though the restroom is a weird place for you to use as a calming spot, I am very proud of you for walking away from the situation with Matthew. Because it seems like these behaviors that we had been talking about, are all going back to Matthew. He's the root cause of your behaviors as of right now. Right? So, you having that ability to walk away, amazing. Maybe that's another conversation I can have your teacher with, possibly setting up a calming zone for you. Does she have one as of right now?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I do have some resources that I can share with your teacher. They're like little fidget toys, coloring books that you may be able to use in a calming area. Now, once this calming area is set up, it has to be open to other students as well. So maybe that's something we need to practice on, sharing our calming area with other students. But, if the restroom is your thing, maybe that's where we need to go. Or the library. Like I'm sure your teacher has a library set up in her classroom, right? And it has little couches on it and everything.
Yeah, she has lots of books.
Okay, so that is something that I can, set up. Maybe I can set it up there just for you and then have another area for other students, because the other students may be like, wait, why does she get to do that? And I don't, kind of thing. Okay? All right. So, as of right now, we have talked about you getting close to meeting your goal, but not being quite there yet, but somehow still making really, really good progress towards that. And we finally figured out why we're so angry, and knowing why we're angry, Matthew, is going to help us figure out now what the next steps can be to, one, meeting our goal before the school year ends, because I don't know if you know this, school year ends next week. So I want us to meet that goal before the school year ends. And we have to find a way to do that before we go on summer school. Are you going to summer school, by the way?
No, my mom don't have nobody to take me to school in the morning, and she has a baby.
Okay. So, then we can discuss on how to continue this goal into second grade. 'Cause can you believe you're about to be a second grader? It's crazy how time flies, right?
Right.
Okay, so we are going to take, let's say, 2 minutes to think about other ways that we can keep Matthew from irritating us or annoying us. I'm just using your words here. These were the words that you used earlier when talking about Matthew. You said he was annoying and calling you a tattletale, and brought in the other kids in the class to call you a tattletale, and it started making you angry, and that's why you started hitting and walking out of the classroom. So let's take about 2 minutes really quick to brainstorm some ideas. I'm going to try to brainstorm my own ideas. You brainstorm your own ideas, and then we will come together and compare our ideas, okay? All right, so our 2 minutes start now. Okay, we have about 30 seconds remaining. Okay, and time. Were you able to come up with any ideas? I know I have a couple of my own. Do you have a couple? No? Okay, so
You go first.
yes, I'll go ahead and think of my own. Tell you of the ideas that I was able to think up on my own, and then maybe hearing me share my ideas will help you brainstorm your own ideas right now while I'm telling you. But I'm just gonna point out really quick. I was watching your body language. I've been watching it since you came in, and when you first started talking about Matthew, you were a little nervous, scratching your hand. Now you're just, you seem relaxed now. And I think getting that situation about Matthew off your chest is helping you relax now. Someone knows now what you're going through, right? So tell me what's going on in your head before we jump into the brainstorming.
Maybe Matthew and I don't get same teacher.
Mm-hmm. So that makes you less nervous now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That's amazing. Okay. I I really am proud of the progress that you have made since we first met to now. And even right now in the session, like I can see you're shifting into a different sense of yourself. Anyways, so the first idea that I came up with was focusing on our academics in the classroom. I know that was one thing that you were struggling with these last couple of weeks because you were walking out of the classroom, you weren't focusing on your work, you didn't really want to do anything because you just didn't want to be in the classroom because of Matthew, right?
Right.
So I think we can set some, what's the word? Some values for ourselves. So, set a meaning for us to be in the classroom. School, we come to school to make more than just friends, right? And I know that's one value for you. You like making friends. That's why you were so hurt about the people turning around on you and calling you a tattletale. But I think if we explore the meaning of, coming to school to learn new things, we can truly make more progress towards our goal. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about, the classroom. Obviously, I can't be in the classroom with you all the time because I have other students to attend to as well. So let me ask you, whenever you're in the classroom, what are some of your favorite things to do in there?
Math.
Math? Okay, tell me more about that.
I like math. I like numbers.
Okay.
I like doing math problems. I also like drawing.
Drawing? Okay.
And I can read now.
Really? That's amazing. So, knowing that you like reading, you like math, and you like to draw, what are some ways we can use that to focus in the classroom rather than focusing on what the people around us are saying?
I guess pay attention more what teacher's saying,
Mm-hmm.
what teacher trying to teach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. So obviously that's our goal right now, but we need to find ways to draw you in. Okay? Because yes, you like reading, you like math, and you like to draw. But the way that our teacher is presenting it to us is what draws you into that. Excuse me. So perhaps we can, tell your teacher, your current teacher, to speak to your potential teachers next year about things that she's done in class that you have liked doing. So what are some activities that you've done in class that you liked that your teacher did?
Some science projects, some projects for the special holidays like Fiesta, Black History Month,
So what I'm hearing is that you like having hands-on projects.
yeah, I like projects.
Okay. So maybe that's something that we can incorporate for next year. I still don't know who your teacher is going to be next year. But we can give them an idea already to keep you engaged. Because if we're actively learning, that gives us less room for us to misbehave. And if we want to meet our goal, we can't misbehave. And that includes things like walking out of the classroom and hitting the students in their class. Okay? So that is one way that we can do that, hands-on learning. I think you would do really, really well with that, keeping your hands busy. Another thing that I thought up was, being not a teacher helper, because that may lead to more teasing from the students, calling you teacher's pet. But, having jobs in the classroom, and everyone would get the chance to do it. It wouldn't just be you doing all the jobs all the time, but, like door holder, having someone to turn off the lights, someone to pass out the papers, someone else to pick up the papers, or just like putting up supplies kind of thing. I think you would greatly benefit from that as well, because it would keep you busy. It's a hands-on thing, and the kids wouldn't be like you're getting special attention from the teacher. Everyone would be getting attention from the teacher, not just you, like how this last time was with you calling them them calling you a tattletale every time you told your teacher.
I like that. My mom says I get bored very easily.
Okay. So do you think that may also be a case for the misbehaving in a classroom, you getting bored?
Probably.
Okay. So maybe, having a job in the classroom next year and having hands-on activities with active learning will help us meet that goal for next year, because we are going to have summer break off. That's 2 months of no school for you. How fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you may forget about your goal over the summer. And so whenever school starts again, we will have a session and talk about your goal again, how we're going to meet that goal, and we'll get the new school year started. But as of right now, we are doing good progress towards our goal. We're not there yet, but we still have a week before we get there. And I think we're going to get there. What do you think?
We will.
All right, that's awesome. I love that. Thank you so, so, so much.